Welcome back to a new chapter of Haunted Bites. This time, we dare you to join us for the top 3 haunted spots in sunny and very spooky California. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, or else we'll haunt you until you do. So, let's get started. Haunted Bites, top 3 haunted spots in California. Number 3, Alcatraz Island. Many abandoned prisons have their share of ghostly legends, and Alcatraz is no exception. Located on an island in San Francisco Bay and surrounded by frigid, shark-infested waters, Alcatraz was once a military fort before transforming in 1934 into a maximum security prison for America's worst criminals. Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and the Birdman of Alcatraz all called this infamous prison home. But it's not just the criminals who made history here. Alcatraz's paranormal reputation is just as infamous. Prisoners and guards alike reported seeing the Thing, a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes that stared into their souls. Cell doors would slam shut by themselves, and eerie disembodied voices echoed through the halls. Visitors today still report feelings of dread, overwhelming sadness, and even sudden outbursts of tears during tours. Number 2, the Queen Mary, docked in Long Beach, the RMS. Queen Mary might look like a beautiful ocean liner, but don't be fooled. Today, it is one of the most haunted hotels in the world. Built in the 1930s as a luxury cruiser, it ferried the rich and famous, including Winston Churchill. But during World War II, the ship took on a darker role, transporting soldiers across dangerous seas after being repainted military gray for camouflage purposes, which earned its appropriate nickname, the Gray Ghost. Legend has it that the Queen Mary is home to numerous spirits. The first-class swimming pool is said to be the haunt of 2 women who tragically drowned, and their spectral forms still glide through the water. A ghostly lady in white roams the salon, while a dashing gentleman lingers in the first-class suites. And deep in the boiler room, the spirit of a decapitated sailor still stirs, with blood-curdling screams heard throughout the ship. If you're feeling daring, you can book a night in the notorious Stateroom B340 or join a guided ghost tour. But beware, some guests never truly leave. Will you? And finally, number 1. The Cecil Hotel in downtown LA near Skid Row is where doom and terror conspire to produce strange, sinister, and deadly deeds which occur far too often. Indeed, there is a dark energy that pervades the Hotel Cecil. Most recently, you may have heard of the viral case of Elisa Lam. In 2013, a Canadian tourist whose mysterious behavior in an elevator was a prelude to hotel guests complaining weeks later about the odd taste of the hotel water. Upon further investigation, her body was inexplicably discovered in the hotel's water tank, and while her death was attributed to a manic episode, the eerie footage and unanswered questions beg the question, what brought on such manic behavior? And those unlucky enough to have drank and complained about the hotel water are left to ponder the queasy reality of how it was filtered through her rotting, floating flesh. Still, the Cecil Hotel was already steeped in darkness long before Elisa Lam. Opened in 1924 as a luxury hotel, it fell into disrepair during the Great Depression, becoming a hotbed of crime and death on LA's Skid Row. The hotel has seen dozens of suicides, murders, and even been home to 2 serial killers. The notorious Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, once stayed here for weeks during his heinous murders and was rumored to discard his bloodied clothing outside after a murder before walking through the lobby back to his hotel room on the top floor barefoot and wearing only bloody underwear. While this is unlikely, we have to admit that almost anything is believable at the Cecil. And as if one serial killer wasn't enough, Johann Unterweger was visiting Los Angeles from Austria when he brought 3 sex workers to the Cecil, where he beat, sexually assaulted them with tree branches, then strangled them with their own bras. He murdered at least 8 other sex workers before hanging himself in an Austrian prison with a cord made of shoelaces and the waist tie from a tracksuit. The authorities discovered he used the same knot to hang himself that was found on all the strangled sex workers. With such a dark and morbid history, it's no wonder the Cecil is said to be haunted by the so many souls who met their deadly demise within its walls. Would you check into the Cecil, knowing your checking out might be your final act? So there you have it, the top 3 haunted spots in California. But wait, before you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe, or we just might have to pay you a visit. Until next time, happy hauntings from Haunted Bites.